Number 10. Dilophosaurus is a genus of theropod dinosaurs that lived in what is now North America during the early Jurassic, about 193 million years ago. 3 skeletons were discovered in northern Arizona in 1940, and the 2 best preserved were collected in 1942. The most complete specimen became the holotype of a new species in the genus Megalosaurus, named M. Weatherly by Samuel P. Wells in 1954. Wells found a larger skeleton belonging to the same species in 1964. Realizing it bore crests on its skull, he assigned the species to the new genus Dilophosaurus in 1970, as Dilophosaurus weatherly. The genus name means two-crested lizard, and the species name honors John Wetherell, a Navajo counselor. Further specimens have since been found, including an infant. Footprints have also been attributed to the animal, including resting traces. Another species, Dilophosaurus sinensis from China, was named in 1993, but was later found to belong to the genus Sinosaurus. It was designated as the state dinosaur of Connecticut based on tracks found there. Number 9. Apatosaurus, meaning deceptive lizard, is a genus of herbivorous sauropod dinosaur that lived in North America during the late Jurassic period. Othniel Charles Marsh described and named the first known species, A. ajax, in 1877, and a second species, A. louisi, was discovered and named by William H. Holland in 1916. Apatosaurus lived about 152 to 151 million years ago Maya, during the late Cambrian to early Tithonian age, and are now known from fossils in the Morrison Formation of modern-day Colorado, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Wyoming, and Utah in the United States. Apatosaurus had an average length of 21-22.8 meters, 69 to 75 feet, and an average mass of 16.4, 22.4 t, 16.1 to 22.0 long tons, 18.1 to 24.7 short tons. A few specimens indicate a maximum length of 11-30% greater than average and a mass of 32.7, 72.6 t, 32.2 to 71.5 long tons, 36.0 to 80.0 short tons. The cervical vertebrae of Apatosaurus are less elongated and more heavily constructed than those of Diplodocus, a diplodocide like Apatosaurus. And the bones of the leg are much stockier despite being longer, implying that Apatosaurus was a more robust animal. The tail was held above the ground during normal locomotion. Apatosaurus had a single claw on each forelimb and 3 on each hind limb. The Apatosaurus skull, long thought to be similar to Camarasaurus, is much more similar to that of Diplodocus. Apatosaurus was a generalized browser that likely held its head elevated. To lighten its vertebrae, Apatosaurus had air sacs that made the bones internally full of holes. Like that of other diplodocides, its tail may have been used as a whip to create loud noises. Number 8. Allosaurus is a genus of large carnivorous theropod dinosaur that lived 155 to 145 million years ago during the late Jurassic period, Cambrian to late Tithonian. The name Allosaurus means different lizard, alluding to its unique concave vertebrae at the time of its discovery. It is derived from the Greek allos, different, other, and sauros, lizard generic reptile. The first fossil remains that could definitively be ascribed to this genus were described in 1877 by paleontologist Othniel Charles Marsh. As one of the first well-known theropod dinosaurs, it has long attracted attention outside of paleontological circles. Allosaurus was a large bipedal predator. Its skull was light, robust and equipped with dozens of sharp, serrated teeth. It averaged 10 meters 33 feet in length, though fragmentary remains suggest it could have reached over 12 meters 39 feet. Relative to the large and powerful hind limbs, its 3-fingered forelimbs were small, and the body was balanced by a long and heavily muscled tail. It is classified as an allosaurid, a type of carnosaurian theropod dinosaur. The genus has a complicated taxonomy, and includes 3 valid species, the best known of which is A. fragilis. The bulk of Allosaurus remains have come from North America's Morrison Formation, with material also known from Portugal. It was known for over half of the 20th century as Antrodemus. But a study of the copious remains from the Cleveland Lloyd dinosaur quarry brought the name Allosaurus back to prominence and established it as one of the best known dinosaurs. Number 7. Brachiosaurus is a genus of sauropod dinosaur that lived in North America during the late Jurassic, about 154–153 million years ago. It was first described by American paleontologist Elmer S. Riggs in 1903 from fossils found in the Colorado River Valley in western Colorado, United States. Riggs named the dinosaur Brachiosaurus altithorax. The generic name is Greek for arm lizard in reference to its proportionately long arms, and the specific name means deep chest. Brachiosaurus is estimated to have been between 18 and 21 meters, 59 and 69 feet long. Weight estimates range from 28.3 to 58 metric tons, 31.2 and 64 short tons. It had a disproportionately long neck, small skull, and large overall size, all of which are typical for sauropods. Atypically, Brachiosaurus had longer forelimbs than hindlimbs, which resulted in a steeply inclined trunk, and a proportionally shorter tail. Brachiosaurus is the namesake genus of the family Brachiosauridae, which includes a handful of other similar sauropods. Most popular depictions of Brachiosaurus are in fact based on Giraffatitan, a genus of brachiosaurid dinosaur from the Tendaguru Formation of Tanzania. Giraffatitan was originally described by German paleontologist Werner Janensch in 1914 as a species of Brachiosaurus, Bibronce, but moved to its own genus in 2009. 3 other species of Brachiosaurus have been named based on fossils found in Africa and Europe. 2 are no longer considered valid, and a third has become a separate genus, Lusot. Number 6. Archaeopteryx, Old Wing, sometimes referred to by its German name, Urvogel, original bird or first bird, is a genus of bird-like dinosaurs. The name derives from the ancient Greek archaios, meaning ancient, and pteryx, meaning feather or wing. Between the late 19th century and the early 21st century, Archaeopteryx was generally accepted by paleontologists and popular reference books as the oldest known bird member of the group Avialae. Older potential avialans have since been identified, including Anchiornis, Zeotinga, and Aornis. Archaeopteryx lived in the late Jurassic around 150 million years ago, in what is now southern Germany, and also Portugal. During a time when Europe was an archipelago of islands in a shallow warm tropical sea, much closer to the equator than it is now. Similar in size to a Eurasian magpie, with the largest individuals possibly attaining the size of a raven, the largest species of Archaeopteryx could grow to about 0.5 meters, 1 foot 8 in length. Despite their small size, broad wings, and inferred ability to fly or glide, Archaeopteryx had more in common with other small Mesozoic dinosaurs than with modern birds. In particular, they shared the following features with the dromaeosaurids and troodontids: jaws with sharp teeth, 3 fingers with claws, a long bony tail, hyperextensible second toes, killing claw, feathers which also suggest warm-bloodedness, and various features of the skeleton. These features make Archaeopteryx a clear candidate for a transitional fossil between non-avian dinosaurs and birds. Thus, Archaeopteryx plays an important role, not only in the study of the origin of birds, but in the study of dinosaurs. It was named from a single feather in 1861, the identity of which has been controversial. That same year, the first complete specimen of Archaeopteryx was announced. Over the years, 10 more fossils of Archaeopteryx have surfaced. Despite variation among these fossils, most experts regard all the remains that have been discovered as belonging to a single species, although this is still debated. Number 5. Spinosaurus, meaning spine lizard, is a genus of spinosaurid dinosaur that lived in what now is North Africa during the Snomanian to Upper Turonian stages of the late Cretaceous period. About 99 to 93.5 million years ago. 2. This genus was known first from Egyptian remains discovered in 1912 and described by German paleontologist Ernst Stromer in 1915. The original remains were destroyed in World War II, but additional material has come to light in the early 21st century. It is unclear whether one or two species are represented in the fossils reported in the scientific literature. The best-known species is S. aegyptiacus from Egypt, although a potential second species, S. moroccanus, has been recovered from Morocco. The contemporary spinosaurid genus Gilmassasaurus has also been synonymized by some authors with S. aegyptiacus, though other researchers propose it to be a distinct taxon. Another possible junior synonym is Oxalia from the Alcantara Formation in Brazil. Number 4. Stegosaurus, from Greek stegos, which means roof, and sauros, which means lizard, is a genus of herbivorous thyreophorine dinosaur. Fossils of this genus date to the late Jurassic period, where they are found in Kimmeridgian to early Tithonian-aged strata, between 155 and 150 million years ago, in the western United States and Portugal. Of the species that have been classified in the Upper Morrison Formation of the western U.S., only 3 are universally recognized: S. stenops, S. ungulatus and S. sulcatus. The remains of over 80 individual animals of this genus have been found. Stegosaurus would have lived alongside dinosaurs such as Apatosaurus, Diplodocus, Brachiosaurus, Allosaurus, and Ceratosaurus. The latter two may have preyed on it. Number 4. Velociraptor, meaning swift sizer in Latin, is a genus of dromaeosaurid theropod dinosaur that lived approximately 75 to 71 million years ago during the latter part of the Cretaceous period. 2 species are currently recognized, although others have been assigned in the past. The type species is V. mongoliensis. Fossils of this species have been discovered in Mongolia. A second species, V. osmolskae, was named in 2008 for skull material from Inner Mongolia, China. Smaller than other dromaeosaurids like Deinonychus and Achilobator, Velociraptor nevertheless shared many of the same anatomical features. It was a bipedal, feathered carnivore with a long tail and an enlarged sickle-shaped claw on each hindfoot, which is thought to have been used to tackle and disavow prey. Velociraptor can be distinguished from other dromaeosaurids by its long endoskull, with an upturned snout. Velociraptor, commonly shortened to raptor, is one of the dinosaur genera most familiar to the general public due to its prominent role in the Jurassic Park motion picture series. In real life, however, Velociraptor was roughly the size of a turkey. Considerably smaller than the approximately 2 meters 12 feet tall and 80 kilograms 180 pounds reptiles seen in the films, which were based on members of the related genus Deinonychus. Today, Velociraptor is well known to paleontologists, with over a dozen described fossil skeletons, the most of any dromaeosaurid. One particularly famous specimen preserves a velociraptor locked in combat with a protoceratops.
Tyrannosaurus is a genus of Coelurosaurian theropod dinosaur. The species Tyrannosaurus rex, rex meaning king in Latin, often called T-rex or colloquially T-rex, is one of the most well represented of the large theropods. Tyrannosaurus lived throughout what is now western North America, on what was then an island continent known as Lauramidia. Tyrannosaurus had a much wider range than other tyrannosaurids. Fossils are found in a variety of rock formations dating to the Maastrichtian age of the Upper Cretaceous period, 68 to 66 million years ago. It was the last known member of the tyrannosaurids, and among the last non-avian dinosaurs to exist before the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event.
Triceratops is a genus of herbivorous ceratopsid dinosaur that first appeared during the late Maastrichtian stage of the late Cretaceous period, about 68 million years ago in what is now North America. It is one of the last known non-avian dinosaur genera, and became extinct in the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event 66 million years ago. The name Triceratops, which literally means three-horned face, is derived from the ancient Greek words tri meaning three, kairos meaning horn, and ops meaning face. Height.